Hello and welcome to Voice Creative World. I welcome you in my live class. So today we are going to talk about central government. What is our topic? Our topic is central government. We are going to discuss this concept very briefly. So let's get started. So what is our topic? Topic is central government. We are going to talk on central government. Central means which is in the center. The government which connected through the center, that is the central government. Now we understand the definition of the government. Before that, we have to understand a word called state. What is a state? State is an institution. State is a institution, but state is a abstract institution. What you have to remember that state is abstract concept. State is abstract concept which is an invisible institution. So state is an institution, but state is invisible. What does it mean? You cannot see. What is the meaning of the invisible? Invisible means you cannot see this. State is an institution, but it is invisible. We cannot see. Now we need a thing which can make state visible. What is that? That is government. Government. What is the government? You have to remember here. Here will be the definition of the government. Government gives concrete shape to the state. So here is two things. First thing is state. State is invisible, which cannot be seen. So government is a way. Government is a mechanism through which we can give concrete shape to the state. This thing you have to remember about about government. So this topic is helpful for the 10th class upcoming examination. So you have to remember that state is invisible institution and government is the way to give shape to the state. Now let's talk. What is talk? The will of the state. The will of the state is determined, expressed, and implemented by the government. So you have to remember this fact. This is a very useful fact. How? Look here. The will of the state. Whatever the state want to do, with that would be determined, expressed, and implemented by the government. So what is this? Government is a way to determine, to express, to implement it, all the policies of the state. I told you before, because state is invisible. State is an institution, but it is an invisible institution. So the government is the way to determine, express, and the implementation of the policies of the state. So you have to remember this thing very well. Now we move to the definition of the government. There is a person called Governor. Governor, he was a political thinker, and he gave a definition of the government. He said government is a tribunal. Government is a tribunal or a machine by which government is a tribunal or a machine by which policies of the state are finalized and general issues are regulated and common interest of the public, is upgraded. You have to remember this definition of governor because it is very important definition about the government. What is the government? Government is a tribunal or is a machine. You can understand government as a mechanism. What it does? It does policies of the state. If any policy of a state is to be finalized, it is finalized by the government. General issues of the public and the common interest of the public, it is also regulated by the government. State is a base, state is a institution. All the work is done by the government. This is the definition given by the political thinker Governor. It is very helpful to answer in your examination. So you have to remember this definition very well. Now we will talk about the major parts of the governments. There are three major parts of a government. We will talk about those parts. So now talk about what is it? I have studied you the definition of the state of the government. Now we will talk about major parts of a government. So let's talk about the parts of a government. There are three parts of a government. Which one are these? One is legislature. First part is legislature. Second is executive. And the third one is judiciary. These are three parts of government: legislature, executive and judiciary. We will discuss every part one by one. First part is legislature. Let's talk about legislature. What is a legislature? Legislature is the biggest part of a government. The legislature which make laws for the nation, for the country, that is the legislature. There are two types of legislature. One is union or central legislature. Then one is union or central legislature. Second is state legislature. So what we have seen three things. The first thing is there are three major parts of any government. First part is three parts of any government. First part is legislature, second is executive, third is judiciary. Any law is passed by legislature, it would be implemented to the nation. Executive work to implement those laws, and judiciary is finalize those laws. Judiciary check out that particular law is wrong or right, is constitutional, whether it is a constitutional or unconstitutional. It would be decided by the judiciary. So you have to remember major work of this done by legislature. So legislature is the biggest part of any government. So legislature have two types of legislature. We have union and central legislature, and the second is state legislature. So today we are going to talk on union or central legislature. This is our central government. We are going to discuss on this in India. So what you have to, we are talking about Indian union legislature. So you have to remember in India, union legislature is called as Sansad, or we call it as parliament in English. So you have to remember this fact. What is the fact? There is a union legislature in every country. So in India, the union legislature of India is called as Sansad or parliament. As you know, we have took the system of parliamentary system of the government from England. So we also call our legislature as Sansad, or in English Parliament. If you go to the America, the legislature of America called as Congress. American legislature called as Congress. In India, Congress is a party, but in America, it is the name of their legislature. In Nepal, Panchayat. What is the name of the legislature of Nepal? It is Panchayat. In Russia, if you go to the Russian legislature called as Duma. So these are the name of the legislature, union legislature of any country. America, Congress, Nepal, Panchayat, Russia, Duma. What you have to remember in your for your exam, you have to remember the Indian legislature. The Indian legislature is Sansad. Now talk about Indian Constitution. That is the Constitution of India. Constitution of India has 395 articles. Out of them, Article 79 has a provision. What is that provision? That is Article 79. Federation of India will have a union legislation. So, where in the Article 79 Constitution, Article 79 of Indian Constitution say that Federation of India will have a union legislation. Now we will understand how this legislation. Now Indian Parliament, Indian legislation also have three parts. Which are these? Let's talk. First is, second, and the third. Now as you know, the part of government are also three, and the part of legislature of India, that is Parliament. Parliament also have three parts. First is Lok Sabha. Second is President of India, and third is Rajya Sabha. These are three parts of Indian Parliament. One is Lok Sabha, second is President, third is Rajya Sabha. Where it is written? It is written in the Article 79 of Indian Constitution. There should be a President and the two houses in the Indian Parliament. It is written in the Article 79. You have to remember this article because your answer can maybe need of reference of any article. So you have to put this reference. Article 79 of Indian Constitution says there are three parts of Indian Parliament. First is Lok Sabha, second is President, third is Rajya Sabha. Let's talk about Lok Sabha. We will understand all the parts of Parliament one by one, but first talk about Lok Sabha. What is the Lok Sabha? So now talk about the first house of the Parliament. Which one is this? This is Lok Sabha. So let's talk about Lok Sabha. I told you that Article 79 says there are two houses in the Indian Parliament. First is Lok Sabha. Let's talk about Lok Sabha. You have to remember Lok Sabha is a lower house. What is the Lok Sabha? Lok Sabha is lower house of Indian Parliament. Second thing you have to remember, this is also called as House of the People. House of the People. Two facts you have to remember here, lower house, and the second fact is House of the People. What does it mean, House of the People? The members of Lok Sabha. The members of Lok Sabha directly elected by the public. This is the reason why the Lok Sabha called as House of the People, because the members of Lok Sabha, MPs, Member of Parliament, Member of Lok Sabha, are directly elected by the people, by the public. Public will elect these people directly, indirect way. There are the two way of election. First is direct way, second is the indirect way. These members are elected directly. So the House of the People, this Lok Sabha is called as House of the People. This fact you have to remember. Now we will talk about members. There are number of members. If we talk about original constitution, originally there were 500 members in Lok Sabha. What you have to remember? Originally, how many members were there? There were 500 members. But in 1987, there was an amendment in this number. In 1987, what happened in 1987? The Constitution Act of Goa and Daman-Diu increased number of members. So this fact you have to remember. What is the fact? The number of members increased in 1987 through the Constitution Act of Goa and Daman and Diu. So this fact is very important for your exam. So there were originally 500 members, but now the number has been changed. The maximum number of members can be 552. You have to remember how many can be. It can be 552. It is maximum number of. But now if we talk about present time, the present number of members is 545. This is the present number of members. 543 members are elected by public and 2 members are nominated by President of India. You have to remember that. Present time all members are 545 members. Out of 545, 543 members are elected by the public. In which way? The method is direct method. Direct method of election. 543 members are elected, but 2 members of them, these 2 members are Anglo-Indians. These 2 are Anglo-Indians. Anglo-Indians members are nominated by the President of India. You have to remember. Out of, if you want to hire, total maximum number can be 552. So 530 will come from states, 20 will come from union territories, UTs, plus 2 will be nominated. If we take out tally of this number 552, so you have to remember out of 552, 530 come from states, 20 come from UTs. UTs means union territories. There are 8 union territories in India. There are 28 states in present time, 8 union territories in India, and 2 will be nominated by the President of India. You have to remember these facts about the members of the Lok Sabha. Originally, how many members were there? There were 500 members. In present time, how many members are there? There are 545. How many can be maximum? What can be the maximum number? Maximum number can be 552. Out of 552, 530 come from states, 20 come from union territories, 2 will be nominated by the President of India. And the present scenario is out of 545, 543 members are elected by the public in direct method, and 2 are nominated by the President of India. This is all about related to the member of Lok Sabha. Now talk about election method. What is the election method? There are 2 methods of election. First method is direct method, second is indirect method. In the election of the Rajya Sabha members, in the election of the President and the Vice President, the indirect method is used. But in the election of the Lok Sabha, the direct method is used for election of Lok Sabha members. Election of Lok Sabha. So you have to remember this. That is the which method is used in this? The direct method is used. What is through universal adult suffrage is used. What you have to remember? What is the universal adult suffrage? You have to understand. If any Indian who has the age of 18 years, more than 18 years, he has a voter ID card and he can vote in direct way to elect the Lok Sabha members. This is called as universal adult suffrage. Before it was 21 years, but now it is 18-year-old Indian can cast a vote, and that is called as universal adult suffrage. So you have to remember the value of the vote is 1. Every person gives a vote who has a age more than 18 years. He will give the vote, and the value of the vote will be counted as 1. You have to remember this. This is the election method of Lok Sabha members. Now about qualifications. What is the meaning? Qualifications. Qualifications means if you want to become a member of Lok Sabha, what would be the qualification? The first and foremost qualification, as you know, in every Indian need a qualification of that. That is, he or she should be citizen of India. Citizen of India. This is the first condition. What is the first condition? If you want to become Lok Sabha member, then you have to be a citizen of India. He or she, he means it may be a male, or she means it may be a female, because there is no discrimination on the gender. So he or she shall be citizen of India. This is the first qualification. This is the first condition to be a member of Lok Sabha. Second qualification is his or her age must be 25, or his or her age must be 25 years. So what is the age criteria? Age criteria is 25 years. He or she must be if you are 25-year-old, then you can become a member of Lok Sabha. Third is he or she should not hold any office of profit, under union or state government. So what is the third criteria? You have to remember third criteria. He should not hold any office of profit. What does it mean, office of profit? He should not be a government employee. So this is the fact that you have to remember. He cannot be under union government, or not under the state government. This is the third. Fourth is he or she should not be bankrupt. You must not be a bankrupt. What does it mean? People like Vijay Mallya, who flee away from India and took away money from the banks. So that type of person is not eligible for the Lok Sabha election. So you are bankrupt, and he or she must be mentally healthy. Both should be mentally healthy. Their mental health should be well. That's why they can become the member of Lok Sabha. These are the facts you have to remember related. These are the qualifications. So what is the qualification? citizen of India, age must be 25 years, and no office of profit. And the fourth thing is, he should not be bankrupt, and he must be a mentally healthy person. A mentally healthy person can become the member of the Lok Sabha. These are so. Let's talk about tenure. The tenure of Lok Sabha is 5 years. The tenure of Lok Sabha is 5 years. But there is a condition. It can be dissolved. It can be dissolved by the President of India on the advice of Prime Minister of India. It can be dissolved. It does not mean it is a permanent house. You have to remember, Lok Sabha is a non-permanent house, but Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved, but Lok Sabha can be dissolved. But what is the tenure? If someone asks what is the tenure, tenure is 5 years, but it can be dissolved before the tenure of 5 years by the President of India on the advice of the Prime Minister of India. So what you have to remember, it can be dissolved by the President on the advice of Prime Minister of India. If Prime Minister thinks, Prime Minister of India, that Lok Sabha should be dissolved, then he can advise to the President, and President dissolve the Lok Sabha before completing the tenure of the 5 years. It happened how many times? It happened 9 times so far. 9 times so far. So what you have to remember, till today there is 9 times the Lok Sabha was dissolved by the President of India. This is all about related to the tenure. Of the Lok Sabha, there should not be gap more than 6 months between two sessions of the Lok Sabha. What does it mean? It means that the meeting of Lok Sabha should be held within 6 months. It cannot take more than 6 months. It must be held within the 6 months. You have to remember the between two sessions. How many time can be? It gap can be of 6 months, not more than the 6 months. You have to remember this is all about the office behaviors of Lok Sabha. There are two office behaviors. There are two office behaviors. Who are these? So you have to remember. Number one is the Speaker of Lok Sabha, and the second is the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. These are two office barriers. So you have to remember the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. These are two officers. Now, how these two officers are elected? So the election process is, these are elected from amongst its members. One of its members would be the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, and one of them will be Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. If you want to remember the article, so what is the article? Article is 93. Article 93 talks about that should be the Speaker of Lok Sabha and the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, and it will be elected from among its member. One of its member can be the Speaker, and the second is Deputy. If we talk about present Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla is the Speaker or Deputy Speaker can be removed, could be removed by a resolution passed with the majority by the Lok Sabha. So it doesn't mean that if a person become a Lok Sabha speaker, he cannot be removed. He can be removed. He could be removed by a resolution passed with a majority by the Lok Sabha. Then he have to leave his office of. He have to leave his post. Now, what you have to remember, that they should be notified before 14 days such resolution. If you bringing resolution against these guys and if you want to remove this, then you have to notify them before 14 days before the resolution. You have to notify them. It is very necessary. About functions of the speaker. What does the speaker do as a Speaker of Lok Sabha? What is his work? The first and foremost thing, he or she chaired the meeting of Lok Sabha. Chaired the meeting of Lok Sabha. What is the discipline and decorum maintained by speaker? This is his second work. What is it? It is discipline. There should be discipline in the house, and there should be a decorum of process maintained by the speaker. So you have to remember these two facts. Third fact you have to remember, whether the bill is money bill or not, it is decided by Lok Sabha speaker. So who decides this, whether this bill is a money bill or not? It is also decided by the Lok Sabha speaker. It is all about Lok Sabha. So you have to remember. Now in next video we will talk about Rajya Sabha, the functions of Rajya Sabha, and then we will talk about the functions of the Parliament. Thank you for the watching. Subscribe our channel for another updates.